Welcome to the Seesaw introduction. This little overview video will get you show you how to sign up for Seesaw, get your class started, and also work on your parent invitations. So the first thing that you want to do is go into the App Store, do a search for Seesaw, hit search. You're going to get two options: the Learning Journal one, the first one in the top left, and Parent Access. You want to do the Learning Journal. The app is free. I already have it downloaded, so I'm just going to click open. But if you hit get, it's just going to ask you for your Apple ID password. You type that in and it'll start to download. So we're going to go right into Seesaw. When you open up Seesaw, it's going to ask you two questions. I'm a teacher, I'm a student. You are a teacher. You have the option here to sign in with a Google account if you have one of those, or you can create an account. So I'm just going to create an account here real quick. And my email address is quite long. And hopefully I typed it right this time. Sometimes that can be a problem. So there is my email address. And I will just put a password in. And you hit the check mark, and it's that simple. You have the option here to roll through each of these screens to give you a little overview of what Seesaw does and how you can organize Seesaw. But we're going to get into some of this as we move through. Then you hit the create your class, and then you're going to be asked a few questions on how you would like to sign up for your class. Depends on if your students share their devices or not. Let's just say, for me, I'm going to say yes, students will share devices. And if they, for lower elementary, typically elementary in general, they maybe don't have one-to-one, so they would have to share a device, or they maybe wouldn't have an email or password. So I'm going to say no to both of those. Hit the little check mark. You're going to see that little green check mark in the top right hand corner a lot. So it's recommending that I use a class code, which is one that I really like. So I'll say use class code. Type in your class name. You can name it whatever you want. You find the grade level. I'm just going to choose other. And then you have to put a student name in. For me, I like to use celebrities when I do student names. For this demonstration, we'll use Kevin Bacon. And again, the little green check mark in the top, it's creating my class. And then I need to check my email for my QR class code poster. So that should be pretty simple. There we go. Then it will ask you if you want to turn on notifications. So then you will see anytime a student tries to post something to Seesaw, you're going to get a notification right on your iPad or in an email letting you know that somebody has posted on that. So let's go back here and we'll check my email. Look at that. Welcome to Seesaw. We are all set up there, and we created my test, and then I can print out the attached QR code and I can post this somewhere in my classroom. So here's the QR code. You'll see this. Print off the poster, and the students can just scan this with their iPad and get signed into the class. Wonderful. We'll go back to Seesaw. The next thing that we need to do is we need to manage our class. So you tap on your name in the top left-hand corner, and then it says right here, hey, this is the next thing you need to do. So you tap on Manage Class, and here's where some of the decisions you have to make are. So you're going to manage students, which is where you can add or delete students from your list. Now, whether you want students to be able to like or comment on that, sometimes that's a big deal. It depends on whether or not you are comfortable doing that. They're automatically turned on for you to begin with, so you decide whether or not you want to allow them to make comments on each other's work. Whether or not students can see each other's work, you need to turn that on or off. New items require approval. Sometimes that's a time constraint, whether or not you want to do that. So you have to decide for yourself whether you want to approve everything or you want things automatically approved all the time. And then, do you want the students to be able to go back and edit things that they've already uploaded to Seesaw? That's something that you can do. And all of these things, as you can see, I haven't really touched anything yet. Everything that we've talked about so far has been turned on or been turned off automatically. The one thing that you do want to turn on is enabling parent access. So you can see there kind of right in the middle of the screen, it says enable parent access. And once we turn this on, you're going to get a whole lot more choices. So the next step is to invite parents, and you want to get the parent invite handout. And you're going to tap on that, that's going to process, and then it's going to say, hey, we've sent it to you in your email. So you tap OK. Now let's go back to our email real quick, and we should have gotten a parent access email here. All right, we'll give that a few minutes to process and come back. We'll go back. If you need to generate it again, you can just go back in your invite parents and it'll generate that email for you once again. To manage parents, you'll see once parents start to get connected that the parent is actually connected with their student. You can also invite parents through email if you want to do that, if you find that the code isn't working for them. Pending parent approvals, here you'll have to accept the parent approvals, but at this point we don't have any. And then parent like, comments, and sharing. All of these are automatically turned on, and again, you have to require, they require approval for new comments that parents post. And you can turn that off, so automatically any comments that they make are automatically sent to Seesaw. Class blog, we will talk about at our next session there. You can set up folders for your class. So for example, if you want to set up a math folder and move all the math videos into one math folder, you can color code these based on language arts, social studies, science, whatever it might be. So I just typed math. I've got a red folder. We hit the check mark. And you can come back and do this again at a later time too. And then finally at the bottom, you can save to camera roll. So once the students make a video, if you want to give them the option to save it to a camera roll, you can turn that on or off. And then again, it's going to say, hey, make sure that you've set the permissions on the iPad so that students can download the videos right to their iPad. Once you've got everything set up here the way you like, and again, all of this stuff you can go back and change. It's not set in stone once you get it set up. You just hit the little X and you're into your class and you're ready to go. Let's see if that parent handout came through yet. There it is. There's the Seesaw parent handout. So you can see here, this is the class code. Here's the parent handout. And very similar to the class code that you got, it comes in a PDF at the bottom. And what you're going to see here is it's going to give you some information about how to invite parents. And then at the end, it's going to give you a PDF of the student's name right at the top so that you know when Kevin Bacon comes into your class and you see Kevin Bacon's mom and dad, you give them the one specifically related to Kevin's account. And it's got Kevin's QR code on there. And then any other students that you have subsequent will be below Kevin Bacon's PDF sheet. So you just give them the one sheet with the QR code, and it actually gives them the walkthrough instructions on how to go about accessing their student's code. And then you will want to make sure that you post something in the on the class when the parents are looking at the class. You want to make sure that you have something ready to post, and so that they know that it's kind of up and working. So in our next video, we will look at how to actually post something to your class feed. You can assign it to specific students, or you can actually assign it to anyone.